doing a review on my new GRB Velocity Bunn 10 cup. What I like about this machine, it's got a holding tank right here that disperses the water into the main tank, which is heated. So you have water, hot water all the time, 200 degrees. The Bunn brew basket uses special filters that are tall. They're taller than the regular ones because it uses a lot of velocity in the shower head on these. That's why it brews such good coffee, I think. And it literally does it in half the time as a regular machine. You know, your regular store-bought ones. It's a big shower head, and you have to have the taller. You want to use those filters, the Bunn style filters, because what'll happen is you'll get grains in your coffee. You don't want that. And you can just tell the difference, the aroma when you're making this. It definitely brews a really good cup of coffee very fast. So when you buy the machine, you have to read the directions. Obviously, you don't want to plug this in until you get this tank full of water. Tank holds 70 ounces of water. It's about a pot and a half. You want to get that squared away before you plug it in. There's instructions on how to do it. Okay? And how it works is once that tank is full, whatever water you're going to put in here. Now, I run spring water. I got well water. I don't use the well water. Makes a mess of everything. Too much sediment. Whatever you disperse, whatever you put in here, once that tank is full, it is going to brew whatever you put in instantly, right away. So as soon as you dump the water in, you want to get the carafe underneath the brew basket. And there's another thing about this machine, a couple little minor things that you have to be aware of. If you push this too far this way, or if it's that way, obviously it's not like you can just push it like this and line it up. You want to line it up with the basket. It's just a minor flaw, so it doesn't spill. There's nothing to it. There were some complaints online about that, and you just eye it up, and it's fine. There's no issues there. I turn on the warming plate. That's all this is a warming plate. This has no function of turning the machine on. As soon as you dump water in here, this tank is going to heat when it needs to. It's got a temperature probe. Once it drops below 200, it's going to kick on. You'll hear it like water boiling. So once you put your fresh water in, however much you want to make 6 cups. They recommend 6 to 10, but you can do 4. Whatever you put in here, it's fine. That's what it's going to put in the carafe. So right away after you put the water in, you put the carafe down. As soon as you shut this right here, that is a valve. As soon as you do that, it's going to take the water from the holding tank, put it into the hot water tank, and disperse that hot water into here. So whatever you dump into here, if you want to make a half a pot, that's what you're going to get right away. And you don't have to worry about the tank's always going to be full. You're replacing that water instantly. The only time you want to turn the heater off for the tank is if you go on vacation. Obviously, you don't want, if you haven't made coffee for a couple, 2-3 days too, you want to check it, because you might make a short pot then, because this water will evaporate. And remember, it's only gonna push out what you put in here. But if the tank is not full, it's not going to disperse properly. But if you're making coffee every day, you're not going to run into that problem. Because obviously if this evaporates and there's no water in this tank, you can burn up the heating element. You don't want to leave this on. When this button is on red like this, obviously it's on. You just want to shut that off if you were to go on vacation. Other than that, you leave that on at all times. That's the beauty of this thing. You are brewing at 200 degrees, and it does make a hot cup of coffee. It's about 170, mid 170s in the cup, which is really good. That's what you want. You want optimum brewing temperature. You want 200 degrees to get the full flavor out of the coffee. I think that's another reason why you got such an aroma when you make this. You can tell the difference, and it makes a really flavorful cup of coffee very fast. You'll brew this whole pot, 10 cups, you'll brew that in under 4 minutes, which is unreal. I mean, that's about 8 minutes on any other machine to brew a full pot. Mr. Coffee is what I had, and I started having trouble with it. Another thing I like about this, the fact that the brew basket is underneath the holding tank. It's not all one mechanism. So if your coffee grains were to overflow or whatever, you'll never get it in that tank, because it's a professional Bunn is, you know, a commercial unit essentially. This is the home version, but it's really just a dulled down, smaller version of what you see in the restaurant. I like that idea because the Mr. Coffees, the reason why those other ones don't last, the coffee grains get into the holding tank, into the water tank, and those don't have a heated tank. But what I'm saying is it gets in there and it clogs everything up, and then they burn up on you. Where this is completely separate. The brew basket, it's a little tricky with the brew basket. When you take it out, you have to make sure you have it lined up properly because there's just basically two little rails over here, and if it's not, it could fall. You know, just minor idiosyncrasies with this thing, which are no big deal at all for the excellent coffee and how fast it makes it. It's unbelievable. I mean, you're getting top-notch coffee in half the time. So if you're looking for a quality machine, the problem I was having, my machine wasn't pouring it as hot either. That's another thing. I like the temperature of this. It makes a real hot cup of coffee, and you know, like I said, it's extremely fast, and it's restaurant quality coffee. I mean, you can tell the difference. My machine was starting to clog up. I was having to run vinegar through it constantly. They're not as good quality. They're not built to last. This thing's built to last. From what I'm reading, people get 5-10 years out of these without any problem. And you'll occasionally hear this holding tank turn on. It's not noisy. It just sounds like water boiling. Just sounds like the coffee machine running, essentially. You know, when you're like your old one, when you dump the water in and then started brewing when it heated it up. The beauty of this is it's already heated. So that's what makes it so fast. And you're going to get that optimum brewing temperature of 200 degrees. So far, real happy with it. I just unboxed it, cleaned it. I recommend running a pot of fresh water through it first. I didn't, you know, really have to go through the vinegar thing, brand new. But and obviously wash the carafe in the you know, the brew basket. Common sense, you want to clean that. And other than that, you're good to go. Just make sure you don't plug the unit in until you fill that holding tank. And I think it's a really nice machine. No frills, basic, really good looking. So far, so good. Leave me some comments. Maybe you know something I don't, or let me know what you think if you bought one. And again, I'll leave that in the description. Bunn Velocity 10 Cup GRB. Now the other model you can get, I can't remember the exact model number. It's the same thing. There's no difference in performance. It's just aesthetics. It has a wrapped tank with stainless around the back. I didn't care for that as much. I wanted the all black. Other than that, it's just aesthetics. It's still a speed brew. It's the same thing. It's a 10 cup. That's just what the Bunns are. They're not 12 like Mr. Coffee. 1 cup is 5 ounces. I like to put, you know, 1 tablespoon per cup. So I make 6 in this, and obviously 6 tablespoons. And it comes out fantastic for as fast as it makes it. It's unreal. Real rich tasting, excellent tasting coffee. I think you'll be happy with it. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you.